First things first, it was a breast cancer match. My mom's a survivor. I think it's really important when we have these events that we, keep what's important. So wins and losses are what they are, but anytime we can help raise money or do good things for the community, I think it's something that's really important to me, important to the program. So for all the people that we've lost and all the people that we're hoping to keep healthy with the money and the research, I think that's the first thing and the most important thing for me. As for the match, really impressed with Michigan State. I thought they battled the whole way. I think that staff's doing a fantastic job with that group. I think they've got some real good pieces. And they play hard and they compete. Absolutely adore the libero. I thought she's just got a presence about her that I really appreciate. And I thought they played well. And again, for us, it's just learning how to win. We had a window on Friday against Purdue. I thought we had a real shot. And obviously, I think if Kaylee's healthy, the match might be a little bit different. But it's managing the emotion of coming off of a massive match in a packed stadium and that to a Sunday matinee, 1 o'clock, where it's got to be more of your own energy. And I didn't think we started great in that capacity. So we stressed it with the team on Saturday, stressed it again this morning. But I didn't think we played great until probably the third game. Game 4, I thought they battled. It was 1 point. They found a way to win, so good on them. And then Paula, despite rolling an ankle, came back, and I thought she was really instrumental, especially early. We got out to a pretty big lead, and as every Big Ten team does, they battled, and then we shut the door at the end. So good win for the program. Any win is a good win. Certainly our third Big Ten win of the season is good, and like I said, Iowa pushed Penn State to 15-13 last night at home. Maryland just swept Purdue. So our win at Maryland is big. Us sweeping Iowa at home is big, and then Michigan State, I know they're going to win matches in the Big Ten because they're a good group. So proud of the group. Happy to get a W, and we'll look forward to going to Michigan State next week.
I want to ask you a larger program question. Your first year here was one of the best you've had since obviously the days of Ashley Benson, who was here today, which I covered it in college. And you've had a couple of years that weren't as good, and this year you seem to be playing much harder again, and you're much more competitive. What do you think has caused kind of the roller coaster of up, down, and now starting to go back up again?
Well, it's certainly not the approach. I think how we train and how we develop players. I think the program we inherited had a lot of upperclassmen who had played multiple years in the Big Ten. We had a lot of veteran kids. And I think with the coaching change, much like Michigan State, I think in that first year, kids are just refreshed and they play a lot harder. And I think that was part of 2018. But 2019, we beat Kentucky at Kentucky, who was a top 10 team at the time. So, we've had some good wins. We swept Ohio State early. We had beaten Michigan. I think the program got young. You may be aware there was a pandemic. The portal has certainly changed how things work. I think we brought in the highest ranked recruiting class in the history of the program right into the pandemic, which was a challenge. And yeah, we've had our fair share of challenges, but the other side of it is that I think we can develop players. So if you look at 4 or 5 of the kids that were starting, they're all sophomores or younger. I think last year was very developmental, and the Maddies and the Cams and certainly Candela and Morgan are all really young, and they're going to keep getting better as they develop. And I think the program is well on its way to be highly competitive, and I don't spend a lot of time worrying about what happened in the past. I'm just worried about the next match.
Yeah, now we've seen obviously that your program has been competitive with ranked teams such as Wisconsin and Purdue this season. Where have you seen your team improve, specifically from the Purdue match on Friday to Michigan State here?
Well, I actually thought we played better against Purdue, and I don't know if that was the crowd or the juice or whatever that was at the time, but I thought we played better volleyball on Friday. I thought this was more of a grinded-out, workmanlike effort where if your kids don't grow up, like Maddie was really bad through 2 games, and she ended up hitting 300 and had 20-something kills, so she brought herself out of it. I think when you're young and you don't have a lot of confidence or you don't trust the training, you just can't get out of it. You lose game 1 and it spirals and you get swept. And I think that's what happens a lot with real young players, but they showed a lot of resiliency, I think. And then the other teams have something to do with it. You know what I mean? I think that there's no question that that's a really physical team. I mean, a few of those balls hit in the 5th game were real, and they're going to score against anyone, so good on them. And too many coaches, when things don't go well, are quick to make excuses. I think sometimes the other team had something to do with it. Michigan State played really hard today.
I want to ask you something that's a little special to my heart in some ways. I'm way out of college now, but during my years at the IDS were Ashley Benson's years, and she was obviously honored today and was at the match. How was it to have her here today and have that honor?
Well, I think it's obviously something that's special. She was a fantastic player. I was on the Penn State staff early in her career and had to coach against her. And then I've gotten to know her really well since I've been in Bloomington. She's a phenomenal human being. She's very, very involved with our local club, with a lot of the youth that are here. She's around a lot. We talk often. I think she's very supportive of me and the program, and I'm just a huge fan of her as a human being. I think she's a great gal, and certainly to be honored with her father is incredibly special.
You said Paula Sermes got her 1,000th dig against. It was at Iowa, correct?
Okay, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure I got that right. But can you talk about what that means for the program in this season and what it means to you to coach a player like her?
Yeah, I think when she came here from Florida, I think she wanted the opportunity to kind of be the 1A libero and get playing time. And I said, nothing's promised. She'll come in and compete because we've got a bunch of back row kids that I think are awfully good. But she's had a really good, certainly a good year and a half for us. She's going to play well after college. I mean, she'll play international volleyball. She'll be a professional. And my promise to her was that, we've been fortunate to train a whole bunch of kids who've gone on and done really cool things professionally. And I think she'll be the next in line. So it was unfortunate for her to get jammed up, but it just shows you her character and her competitiveness that she came back into the match and then started us on a 5 or 6 point run in the 5th game to basically win the match for us. So really great kid, great personality, works hard, stubborn, real stubborn. So at times it's a challenge, but I think she's really, really happy she came here and she's loving her experience.
She had 48 digs this weekend.
That's a lot. That's enough.
Digs.
Yeah. What you got?
How are you going to take this weekend and apply it on the road?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, you're always going to be a little bit better at home, especially with serve and pass. So, and Michigan is really good. So, to be blunt, I think we're going to enjoy this for a couple hours and make sure the kids know that we're proud of them. And then tomorrow is a true day off for the team. Kind of get healthy. Hopefully, Paula can get some stuff, and we're hoping the team continues to get healthy and we can start to put together a game plan for Michigan early in the week. And most importantly, I'm just proud. I think a lot of times with programs, those are the kind of matches, especially after losing game 1, that just kind of get away from you. I think we showed a lot of resiliency and grit. And I'm just proud of the kids and how hard they play.
You said something I hadn't realized, that there have been some upsets from teams, lower down in the table. Why do you think it's been more competitive? Are the bottom teams getting better than in past years?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if we're a bottom team, I think we've taken sets off of Ohio State. We were 25-23 with Wisconsin. We pushed Purdue, who's a top 10 team, to 5. I don't think there's any bad teams in the conference. I think if you look at the body of work and the number of teams, Maryland, we went to Maryland and won in 5. Maryland goes to Purdue and sweeps them. But there's that triangle of Iowa almost beating Penn State, and us almost beating Purdue. And, I just think the level of ball, it's the conference though. That's why it's so fun. That's why it's amazing to be part of. And I think it's incredibly hard and it's incredibly challenging. But if you're going to work this hard, you might as well be in the conference that values it that way. Cool.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
How you been, man?